you know, it's popular enough. You probably shouldn't have to type in
Fanfic.
fan.
Okay, this is the first My Little Pony thing. Actually, you know what? This is the first My Little Pony thing I've ever really been exposed to, except for one episode that I saw that Jarret was begging.
Not really begging.
So this will forever be my impression of My Little Ponies. All right, here we go.
Oh god.
Now, I'm gonna make Jarret's dream come true. I'm going to read him a pony fan fiction. 60s era Spider-Man goes to Equestria.
Oh my God! Yes.
What?
Okay. 47 chapters. The Arrival. Okay. Chapter 1 of 60s era Spider-Man goes to Equestria.
And they're all short. They're all
The
short
Arrival.
chapters too.
Spider-Man dodged and weaved through the maze of tall skyscrapers, doing his best to escape the giant dragon that was chasing him. The reason why the dragon was chasing him, however, escaped our hero. And quite frankly, Spider-Man didn't give much of a boop either. You! Spider-Man shouted back at the dragon before dodging another wall of flame.
Can't breathe.
The dragon the bird and cursed at him once more. This angered the dragon greatly, causing the dragon to soar past Spider-Man and break his web, sending him plummeting towards the ground far below. Spider-Man attempted to shoot out another stream of spider web to save himself from plummeting to his death, but found it was all in vain upon discovering something. Spider-Man had forgot how to shot web. How do I shot web? Spider-Man demanded. Hoping
exactly
maybe
what it says.
God would hear him and save his spider ass. Meanwhile, in heaven, Chuck Norris watched as Spider-Man plummeted towards the streets of bad animated New York City, a no doubt unfortunate death for our hero. How do I shot web? Spider-Man demanded. Well, I don't know, Chuck Norris responded. However, that day, Chuck Norris was in a good mood. His son, Black Jesus, had done a good job spreading the word of Old Spice in an alternate universe. So Chuck Norris decided to say, "What the poop?" and save Spider-Man's spider ass. Spider-Man continued to plummet towards the ground at terminal velocity. He knew how it would end for him, for Spider-Man had seen the aftermath of people jumping off badly drawn New York City's many high rises. All that
I can't breathe.
was a liquid mixture of skin and bodily fluids, as well as some body parts that managed to survive the fall, and the remnants of the person's clothes. It was never a pretty sight, but as far as everyone knew, it was a quick and painless death. Not that Spider-Man gave a boop about whether his death was painless or not. All that Spider-Man cared about was the fact he wouldn't be able to boop Mary Jane anymore. And he wouldn't be able to pleasure trees and relax Billy anymore. All in all, Spider-Man's life was a good run. I guess it's just time to resign to my fate, Spider-Man stated. God dang! How could I forget to shot web at a time like this? Suddenly, a small black hole appeared below Spider-Man. Before our hero could even blink, he was sucked in. Spider-Man awoke in what looked like a small village from the 18th century, surrounded by a small, modest homes and cottage. Sadly for our hero, the buildings were not nearly tall enough for Spider-Man to use for swinging around town. Due to this, Spider-Man was pretty much grounded. Upon realizing this, Spider-Man sat on the ground and pouted. "This is bull poop!" he began to say. "You can't ground Spider-Man!" After a few minutes of pouting,
This is just nothing
finally
but
got
Spider-Man
over himself
memes.
and decided to look around. For the first time since his arrival, he noticed that he was not alone. In fact, he was surrounded by pastel-colored horses. "Hey!" Spider-Man said before chuckling to himself upon realizing the little pun he said. Because, you know, horses eat hay. "Hello," one of the horses, a lavender horse with what looked like an erection sticking out of its mane, greeted tentatively. Spider-Man blinked and stared at the purple pony. Did she just talk? "I'm high," Spider-Man stated coolly before getting up off the ground. "Are you lost?" the purple horse with an erection growing out of its head asked. Spider-Man regarded the small horse for a second before putting his hand right in her, guessing by the sound of its voice it was obviously a girl, and saying, "Boop your hockey game." This purple horse looked at our hero like he was crazy. "What hockey game?" she
Logan,
asked.
this is like Batanon.
"Oh, I don't know," he responded. "Ooga booga, where the white women at?" What? horse asked, even more confused. I think you should come with me. You a cop? Spider-Man asked, pointing accusingly at the purple horse. What? No, the purple horse responded. Hero did not believe her. She smelt like a pig. Boop! The police, Spider-Man proclaimed before running away from the talking purple horse. But
This is almost as good as
escape,
Batman.
he felt himself lifted off the ground by some unknown force. What is this poopery? Spider-Man demanded as he floated back over the purple horse. Would you mind toning down on the language? There are fools around, the purple horse asked, pointing to a group of what Spider-Man guessed were horse children. Yeah? Well, look up in the sky, Spider-Man shouted, pointing up in the air. The purple horse looked in the direction Spider-Man was pointing at, but saw nothing. There's nothing there, the purple horse pointed out, confused. Huh, that's odd. I swear I gave the boop I gave floating up in that area, Spider-Man stated. The purple horse's jaw dropped. Stop with the language, for Celestia's sake! Who's Celestia? Is she hot? Spider-Man asked. Well, I guess so. Suddenly, Spider-Man reached into his spandex pants and started rubbing himself. Hello, sneaky wank. This earned gasps of shock from the surrounding ponies. Hell, a few ponies barfed, and even one fainted. But our hero didn't give a boop about that. Tired of Spider-Man's behavior, the purple horse teleported him and herself out of town. After reorienting himself, our hero found himself outside of a small cottage that smelt a mixture of animal food and feces. What a dump, Spider-Man commented. The purple horses rolled her eyes and started knocking her right hoof on the cottage's door. Fluttershy? It's Twilight. Mind opening up? I have someone I want you to meet. Twilight called out, trying to get the attention of this Fluttershy. Probably some crazy, forever alone animal lover from the smell of the place. Spider-Man had smelt ghettos that smelt nicer. Finally, the door slowly creaked open, revealing a small butter yellow horse with a pink mane, small wings, and a tattoo of 3 pink butterflies on its ass. Hello, Twilight. Who's your friend? The horse that Spider-Man guessed was Fluttershy asked. That's the end of chapter 1.
That was glorious.
Thank you.
That was glorious. That was. Oh my god, we need to get him to read Bat-Anon now.
So, any comments on that?
Well, I have one comment. I have to point something out about this entire reading.
Okay.
Aside from thoroughly enjoying this, I just recorded all that.
Oh god!
Yes!
Including the conversation leading up to it.
Yes! Yes!
It's up to you. What happens to this footage, Foster?
Really?
Yes, really.
Send it to me.